I was so up for buying this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not anymore. All right, so I'm a massive kart racer lover, right? I've been through so many different kart games through my life. I've played loads of different Nintendo ones. I've played loads of different spin-off ones. I've played Crash Team Racing. I've played so many kart racers, but nothing compares, for me at least, to Mario Kart. Mario Kart is just, I just love how it feels to play. Just the way that the karts react, all of the abilities, like everything just feels right. It feels smooth. I just love it. And when this got announced, Chocobo GP, I was like, oh my God, this looks awesome. It's just a Mario Kart ripoff. It looks very cool. I love the style. I love everything else. But you know, I wasn't super hyped for this game. I was more hyped for the fact that it was a kart racer, and I was excited. Until I actually saw gameplay. So when the reviews sort of dropped from the bigger channels, I was like, meh, it looks slow. Like, it just looked slow. And I don't know, it wasn't gripping me. I was thinking, oh man, like it looks beautiful, but the gameplay itself doesn't look very good. And it put me on the fence. I was so up for buying this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not anymore. However, the demo has just dropped, and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a chance. You know, you gotta give things a chance. And if there's a free demo, well then, you know what, let's give it a go. So that's exactly what I've just finished doing. And I'm a little bit surprised, you know, like I'm on the fence of changing my mind here, in the fact that it might not suck. So let's get into it. So upon opening the game, the first thing that I noticed, I was like, yeah, this is like, you know, this music's kicking, man. Like, it was, you know, some sort of like hard rocky kind of Sonic like vibes. Like it was very cool. I was like, yeah, I'm into that. I'm a guitar player. I love my like late 80s, early 90s hard rock stuff. I was like really into this. I love all my like instrumental guitar players. So I was like, yeah. Watch the trailer. And then when you get to the menu, it like turns into like a Disney kids show. And I was like, all right, okay. And the more that I listened to it, the more I kind of liked it. And I was like, what's going on here? So the music straight up is a bit random. Don't worry though, because when you're actually playing the game, the music like picks back up again. It gets a bit more fast paced. It's cool, right? So that's the first thing that I noticed is the music. So right away in the demo, obviously there's some limitations. You can do like the GP thing, you can do the storyline, you can change your character, and you can like do stickers and stuff like that. There's some stuff that's like locked behind a wall, which it says, obviously, if you want to do this, that, and the other, well then you need to buy the game. So, you know, this is my kind of like first impressions of the demo, all right? This is mainly focused on the gameplay and how I felt about how it feels rather than anything else. But you do get all those things there, and there is far more as well. There's a shop and other stuff too, and there's like guides as well. So the first thing I did was went to the controller menu and wanted to see what the controls were, because obviously this is a new game, and there's loads of tips for techniques, which I actually really liked. I highly recommend that you go and check through those, because it will help you off the bat. So the reason why I thought this was going to suck, like I said, we're going to be focused on gameplay, but I didn't really like Crash Team Racing. It didn't feel right for me, because I've come from Mario Kart, hardcore like Mario Kart in it for a long time. Like, I consider myself fairly good at that, you know? And then Crash Team Racing, I sucked, because the controls and everything else just feel totally wrong to me. Very cool game, but I just didn't really like it because it just didn't feel right, you know? And that's what my sort of concerns were for this, because the gameplay looked slow from what I'd seen elsewhere. However, when you jump into the game, there's no sort of like difficulty select as such. Like on the GP side of things, there's no like choose this CC like in Mario Kart, right? You're just thrown in. And it feels good. Like straight away, I was like, okay, like the turning and stuff, I thought it looked very glidey, like very skatey, as if the floor was like ice and you're just kind of like floating around it when I was watching gameplay. But when you're actually in the game, it actually feels quite nice, like surprisingly nice. And of course you still have drift if you hold R, so you can drift and you can sort of like stack that drift from yellow until it gets purple, and then when you let go, you get like a speed boost, and you can pretty much drift in a straight line as well, so you can actually get like quite ahead, which is kind of cool. So the boosting works very nice. I did like that. The more you kind of like drive forward, there's like a gauge in the bottom left that fills up, and then you can pretty much like get a speed boost or whatever from that, or you can use like your character's special move. So every character has like special moves as well, and throughout the like level you'll see these kind of like little crystal things that you can collect, and they will like effectively give you like perks, and then you get these like orbs that you can collect that give you an ability, and if you get like so many of the same color, well then that gives you a better ability. So you do see that there's different colored like orbs that are floating around, and the different colors represent different items as well. So yeah, there is so many different abilities because there's all these different things that you can stack up or collect, or again, you've got character specific moves. I only played 2 of the characters out of the 3 available in the actual demo there, but you know, the 2 that I played, I actually quite liked. I find it a bit weird though when you're the Chocobo that there's like stickers. I don't know what they do, but you can get stickers and you can put them on. Now on Ben, I think he was called, the big like hench dude, that kind of like went on his back. I was like, yeah, that's cool. But when you're the Chocobo, you get stickers slapped on the back of your head. And I thought that was a little bit weird. At the start of a level, it will count down, right? And with like Mario Kart, you've got to kind of do it in time. With this one, you just have to press and hold when it gets to 2, and then keep holding and you'll get a boost right off the bat, which is easier, I found, and I found that quite nice. So you've got, like I said, you've got loads of different abilities. So you can use like L or ZL for certain moves, but then there were certain moves which I think were like character specific, which is bound to Y. I didn't really like that because you're pressing A to go forward, and then you have to actually like stop accelerating entirely to then press Y and then use your move and then go back to A. I'd much rather it that you could just use like one of the shoulder buttons to trigger that instead, but I suppose that's just a small gripe. If you hold B and A at the same time, you can do like you just kind of do a wheel spin. So if you get stuck, like if you stack it into the wall, then you can hold B and A at the same time to like turn your direction around a bit easier and then like shoot off. I learned that in the techniques bit in the menu. One thing I did notice is that when you do get hit, so it is kind of like Mario where you get like the blue shells and stuff. If you do get hit, which you can kind of see in the bottom, there's like a warning sign that something's going to come and get you, right? You get hit and then you kind of like fall over, just like in Mario Kart, but it did feel like it took you an extra long time to get back up again. So like you definitely drop down quite a few spaces if you get hit, which was kind of frustrating. But then at the same time, it was kind of nice because in Mario Kart, I just find that I'm always in number 1. I'm just always at the front and nothing really happens unless it's a blue shell. And then I'm so far in front that it doesn't matter anyway. Whereas with this one, it kind of kept me on my toes, kind of kept me wanting to keep going forward and trying to get that like top first place. Is definitely like a more challenging feel, and that's probably just because I've come from like Mario Kart to this, that I'm not fully used to it yet, but I enjoyed it. I wasn't getting frustrated. It was actually quite nice. One thing that I really liked is the portals. So you get like random portals open up. I guess it's someone's ability that they've used, and you can get that ability yourself and you can use it yourself. And what that does is like throws a blue portal in front of you, and if you go through it, it will throw you like quite far in front. Or if you accidentally go through a red portal, well then it's going to throw you the same distance but backwards. So that kind of like screws you over a little bit. But I actually quite liked that. It made it way more fun because you're constantly trying to dodge like environmental things that are on the level, and then you're trying to get the like crystal things, you're trying to get the little pod things with the items in it, and then you're trying to find portals or dodge the portals and like drift around the corners and stuff. Like I said, it keeps you on your toes. Now I did have an issue. I had a white screen crash. Now this could have just been the demo, or you know, I've no idea what it could have been. It could have even been well, I don't know, but I had a white screen crash once. Right, so I went to start the level and then it just white screened and I couldn't do anything. I had to actually back out into the Switch menu and then back into the game again where it was already on the countdown. So that was kind of frustrating. I only encountered it once. Maybe it will get patched out. Maybe it was just a freak bug. I have no idea. And then of course there is story mode, but the story mode is fully voice acted, which I quite like. It's like a slideshow, but it is fully voice acted. I did like that because I am kind of getting frustrated with having to read text boxes now in 2022. It's kind of like, yeah, okay, I've done this for the past like 30 years. You know, give me some voice acting, please. And they've done it. They've done it. It's not very like in depth or anything, but you know, there is some storyline there. There's not very much of it in terms of the actual demo. Pretty much the first level is just teaching you how to go forward, how to get off the starting line with a boost, and how to drift. And then you have to just go and win the race, and that's pretty much it. So, does Chocobo GP suck? Well, I've changed my opinion. All right, I've changed my mind. I actually quite like this. I think I might even go and buy this. You know, I might actually go and buy this because I was on the fence that the gameplay wouldn't be very good. And I think it is actually quite good. I think if you're a Mario Kart player like me, you'll be able to transition over to this quite well. If you're a Final Fantasy lover, then you're gonna really love this, especially if you like kart races. For me, it's like, it just looks cool and everything, and I do like the Final Fantasy world, but the gameplay is where it's at for me, and it won me over. I actually had fun in the short amount of time that I actually played it. I really enjoyed it, I have to say. Okay, so have you tried this game yet? Have you gone and bought it, or are you on the fence yourself? Go and try the demo first, and let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments as well. And before you do anything, go down there and subscribe. And if you like racing games, then you absolutely have to try F-Zero X, which is just launching onto the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack service. And if you want to see this video about that, go and click this video just here. Go and watch that, because I did a video about it, and yep, it's out on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack right now on the N64 like side of things. So if you've got that, go and click this video and check that game out, because we need more F-Zero in our lives. Just do it.